Todd Toy News. This is the ha ha. Ah. All right. This is a special crossover of Goth-Metal lore and Todd Toy News, and we're gonna do it. This is a special crossover video of the two things. So McFarlane Toys. So there's some big news coming on. We'll get to the big news in a moment. First, let's look at this. This is the Batman resin statue based on the artwork by Jorge Jimenez Art. A pre-order launches on May 29th at select retailers. This is 18 hours ago. It looks like, yeah, looks really neat. This is a great statue. Black and white. Let's take a look if we can. Very cool stuff. 1/10 scale. 1/10 scale. So if Batman is 6 foot, let's say he's 6 feet tall, right? So what is 6 feet? 72 inches? So what would it be, like I guess it'd be a 7-inch statue, I guess. That is something. So that's coming out. I mean, Todd's making the statues happen. Now, here's the big cock up your ass news. In case you didn't know, Mega J talked about it. Other people talked about it. Look, a first look at the Marvel collection. Now, you know why Todd is doing this, right? You know what what this is really about. It's about getting his hands on Angela, so Todd can revive her once again. Because that ugly lawsuit, he had to do something, right? I think that was with what? Neil Gaiman? Neil Gaiman? I don't know what the hell happened. So let's take a look. Here he is right here. Let's see if you have what you have to tell us.
To some extent.
Now, turn on. Talk.
And when we did the Avatar toys, that's under the big giant umbrella of Disney, right? You get in the family. And so the conversations and the jokes about, me doing my own artwork, started to become a little more palatable, I think, once they sort of saw that they could trust me with what I had done with, some of their early Disney product, and then with Avatar. It ended up being even sort of better than I thought, because now it's not
Spider-Man.
Just not limited to my artwork. I sort of could go into the vault all the way back.
Yeah, this is how he started out. He started out doing Spider-Man.
So it was like, wow, that's cool. So now I can do like cool covers, cool artists, cool
Captain America,
cool images, like any and all the above. To some extent, when we did the Avatar toys, that's under the big giant umbrella of Disney, right?
Yeah, so these are statues. So let me go back, please. Go back. Okay, so here we got, so far it's just statues, but he wants to do Angela. He wants to make the Angela statue. He wants to. He's trying to get in there. He's like, come on. He created this character. He can only do it on loan from Marvel. He can't do it whenever he wants, but he's going to try. He has to try. McFarlane Toys' latest EQL campaign features a McFarlane Collector Edition Chase bundle with Starfire the Penguin and Captain Boomerang. So here we got these ones here. I don't know. Maybe I'll enter again in June. I'm not sure. Maybe June or July. I'll try this again. But yeah, these are really neat. Captain Boomerang, Starfire. So these are the ones from the classics in the 80s to the 90s, 2000s. So McFarlane. So that's the crossover coming soon. So that's happening. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal for him to reach Marvel. We don't know how far he'll get, but for right now, I think he's just doing statues. And I think because statues are sort of the gray area between action figures, because if Hasbro still has a license with Marvel, and we safely assume they do, Hasbro is still working with Disney to make Star Wars and Marvel. So right now, Todd's kind of stuck making statues. So that's that one. And we got more of these May 23rd. We got Ray Palmer, the Atom. We got the Green Arrow. We got Superman. So right now, that's all that's going on. I think celebrates, yeah, the 30th anniversary. Yeah, so I think that everybody's happy for the Marvel crossover. I do think this is the Bane. Uh, so this is the camouflage tumbler gold label from the Dark Knight Rises. So, oh yeah, it's around my birthday, I guess. So here we got the tumbler. You got Bane. So that's not too bad. Oh my god, what is this one? Killer Croc Glow in the Dark Edition gold label is available for pre-order exclusively at Amazon. So this is a glow in the dark Killer Croc. Let's take a look at him. Yep, he glows. He glows. I have. It looks very similar to the one I have. Uh, it's like one of those action ones with the tail moves. So that's that one. Uh, Fuckerific. One moment. And here is Aquaman. This is the 90s statue right here. That 90s show. And I think that's it for now. Also, I see that Todd is in the business of helping the autistic and the intelligent impaired. So that's nice of him. I mean, hey, you know what? I know nothing about this character, and as Harrison Ford said, and I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. Um, I'm sure it's got to be the greatest superhero of all time, even though we know nothing about her. Is it weren't 3D models used in his comic book anyway? That's this one. At least Yaira #1 is like $25, so you're saving $10, and his wife's jewelry will be advertised in the comic book. I don't even have to look anyway. I'll talk more about this kind of stuff tomorrow. Let's get to some happy news because you saw the fucking thumbnail, right? I know you did. Here they are, all four of them, almost in time for my 46th, and yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about these figures now. I've already shown you one of them, but I'm gonna re-show it again just to show you all four figures. This is Superman: The Ghosts of Krypton set. Now, let's take a good look at this one here. This is Superman. This is what's so interesting about it. Now, unlike past action figures, look at this unique plastic clamshell that this is in. Look at this. Look at it. Right? So this is better than the Cyborg Superman figure because it's Superman, but he's got this heavy metal sort of fantasy horror, goth metal lore look. Look at this. This is what drew me into getting this series. Look at this shit. Look at that. Okay, we'll check it out. We're going to check it out from the side. We're going to check it out all over. That is something, right? That is something. That is cool. And this is one of four. So this is the Ghosts of Krypton. This is not to be confused with the Supergirl story. This is not to be confused with the Supergirl story. This is a brand new original story, part 1 of 4. Oh my gosh. This is just like He-Man because, well, actually better than He-Man because before He-Man there was Superman. This is part 2. This is part 2. And here we got Ghost of Zod. This is General Zod, but he didn't, he's a little half-baked. He didn't quite come in right. He reminds me of a couple of other TODD toy or McFarlane toy figures. Look at the embossed. Look at the way that looks. Look at this design. Such a great design. Look at that. And they come with these little mini comic plastic things and stands. I like this. I like this in the back. I think it's the same with Superman, right? There's a little logo. This is cool shit. You don't need Yaira. You don't need Isom or Yaira or Alpha Core. You just this or Horseman, horse shit. This is all you need here. This is the original stuff. Zod was created a long time ago. back in Superboy's time when Superboy was created. Look at this. He's got this armor reminds me of the Kryptonian battle armor. So this is really neat. He's a half-baked General Zod. And on the back is part 2 of 4. So we're telling a story through 4 figures, right? So let's go to the next one. And I've shown this, but we'll show it again. Here is Earth 2 Superman. This is Val Zod, I think, or whatever his name is. So it's kind of the same figure as Superman, but doesn't have the armor. So here he is with almost a Henry Cavill style of Man of Steel armor. We got Black Superman. Black Superman. Who would play this? I mean, is he born yet? Wouldn't be Michael P. Jordan. Somebody. Maybe Lonnie Chavis would have to work out like a bitch. No steroids, okay? Don't take steroids. You're gonna be messed up. You're gonna get fucked up. And so here we got part 3 of 4, Ghosts of Krypton. Somebody can play this role, but this is not Steel. Well, I like Steel more. Steel and Cyborg I like more. Talk about the representation here, because there's just too many different kinds of heroes of variations. Here we have Brainiac. Look at this. This is all about Brainiac. This is a Brainiac drone, I think. But it's one of the servants of Brain. It's Brainiac's outlet, right? It's basically his extension of who he is. The real Brainiac is a central computer somewhere that Superman has to go find. And look at that. That is something. I liked all of these figures because they had such a twisted look. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Legends of the Dark Knight, where you had the Joker that would transform, the Penguin, and they all look like these twisted horrors of what we had. So you had the animated series back in the 90s. You had the movie Batman figures. During that time you had Legends of Batman. Then there was Legends of the Dark Knight, and they were all these gruesome, dark, but you expected Batman to be dark and gothic. You don't expect that with Superman. The original, the godfather of all superheroes, okay? I mean, just after the Phantom, but before Batman. Look at this, the Ghost, this is the conclusion. So it's 4 issues, and it kind of reminds me of when He-Man and the Masters of the Universe started. You had He-Man and Teela, and you had Stratos and Man-at-Arms, and you had Skeletor, Merman, and Beastman. I think Zodak. But you had about 8 figures, and you had the original 4 issues, the little comic books that would go with each figure. This is just like that. This is just like that. This is just like that. So here they all are. So show them off one by one. Look at that. There you go. That's it. That is all that matters. That's all that matters today. Tomorrow will be a different story. So I'm not sure how much more TODD news I'll cover during the week, so I'll do my best. I'll probably just cover it maybe when something really good happens. The whole McFarlane Rippaverse crossover kind of made me sick to my stomach. But oh well, what can you do in this world when you're pushing that boulder up a hill, and somebody kicks it down, makes you go and push that boulder up the hill again, no reward, and some people get free tokens, free prize for breathing. Kind of pisses you off a bit. Anyway, a moment of silence for those artists and writers who go unnoticed every day. See you soon.